in the interest of the Price children. What says the state?
The state's ready, Your Honor.
Trent Price,
And who are the children involved in this case?
Ella Price, and Slade Price.
And what are their ages?
Ella is 16 and Slade is 12.
Okay. In 2017, the two of you entered into an order that set child support and medical support to zero. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And can you explain what has changed since that time?
In that support, we were supposed to pay 50% of all medical bills, both sides. I have not received anything on medical bills since 17. And the kids have lived with me for the past year, 100% of the time.
Okay. And how are your children covered for health insurance?
It's through my wife's works insurance.
Okay. And how much do you pay per month for the whole family's insurance?
$1,400 a month. I'm looking through my notes to make sure I was correct. I'm sorry.
Okay. And how many people are covered under that insurance policy?
5 people.
Okay. And it includes the 2 children involved in this case. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you have any information about Ms. Patterson's employment, her current employment?
I know she's working at the Chamber of Commerce at this time.
Okay. Do you have any idea how much she makes monthly there?
I believe in the last hearing, she said $30,000 a year. I don't know what her monthly is.
Okay. I'm sorry, going back to the health insurance, did that include dental insurance?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then do you have any other information about rental properties that Ms. Patterson has?
On our Gray Cat here in Gray County, it shows she still owns 2, 713 Sumner, and I'd have to look here to tell you the other one. 717 East 16th.
Okay. And she was previously employed by Him and I Enterprise. Do you have any information about her current status?
On the internet, it shows that she's still listed as the sole owner.
Okay. Do you have anything else to add that I haven't asked you about?
No, ma'am. I think I'm good.
Okay. Your Honor, I don't have any further questions of this witness.
Ms. Patterson, do you have any questions you want to ask Ms. Price, Mr. Price? If you do, they just need to be in the form of a question right now.
No, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Neal, you may call your next witness.
Your Honor, I'd like to call Ms. Patterson.
Ms. Patterson, would you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. Go ahead, Ms. Neal.
Can you state your name for the record?
Courtney Patterson.
Okay. In 2017, you and Mr. Price entered an order which set child support and medical support to zero. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Has Mr. Price sent documents relating to the healthcare expenses to you?
His wife has.
Okay. And you've received those?
Yes.
Okay. Have you paid for those expenses?
I responded with a letter on December 10th that says, I've received the correspondence of medical bills. As I wish to fulfill my potential obligation, I must request that you provide the necessary documentation as per our orders. In such that no insurance documentation has ever been provided, documentation of all insurance held, and the coinciding schedule of benefits from 30 days after May 16, 2017 judgment through the current policy are requested. Please furnish a true and correct copy of the health insurance policy or certification of a schedule of benefits. Also, all forms, receipts, bills, and statements reflecting the uninsured portion of healthcare expenses, as well as documentation from the insurance company of submitter and paid or denied claims from the submitted bills. And I did not receive a response to that.
Okay. And you haven't received any insurance cards or anything since that time?
No, I've received, I received a a text copy of an insurance card sometime in, I believe 2019. I would
Okay.
have to check my text. I'm not certain on when that was. It might have been 2020. That's the only form of insurance I have been given, was a text copy of the card at a doctor's appointment for the children.
Okay. And as far as your current employment, can you explain where you're currently employed?
Tampa Chamber of Commerce.
Okay. And when did you begin that job?
November 8th of 2021.
And do you get paid salary?
Yes, I'm on salary, $30,000 a year.
Okay. And so that equates to $2,500 per month. Do you have any other income?
Mr. Price is correct. Those rental properties do say my name because it hasn't been transferred over. My parents purchased my rental properties in December because the loans were called by the bank. I'm not sure why they're not reflecting on the gray CAD yet, but we do have formal documentation of those being purchased, as well as him and I Enterprises. I was given this job at the Chamber of Commerce on November 4th of 2021. I was offered the job, and that day before accepting the job, I signed all of him and I Enterprises over to my husband, Mark Patterson, so there's no conflict of interest with the business. I've not received any income from him and I Enterprises since July of 2021.
Okay.
And I submitted that income information.
Okay. And do you have any other income from any other sources?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And so the rental properties, you're not receiving any type of income from those?
No, it goes now to my parents who have the notes on those.
Okay. And do you receive any of that money that they receive?
No,
from
it pays the notes that they have taken.
Okay.
And I believe I don't have them with me, but I have formal documentation of them.
Okay.
Purchasing. They filed those with the state.
Okay. You previously were involved in him and I Enterprise, and you said that ended in July of 2021. Is that right?
The company wasn't making enough money for me to take income after July. The last time I took income from that company was in July. I signed over all ownership of it when I took this job at the chamber in November.
Okay. And what were you doing in that with him and I Enterprise?
I was the bookkeeper.
Okay. And how much were you making a salary, or how were you getting paid?
When I was able to take a paycheck, I took a paycheck. It wasn't consistent with the company.
And how much were you typically making per month when you took income?
3,000, I think. I'm not sure. I sent in my W-2s. Last year, I took in $48,000 last year.
Okay. And in 2020, how much did you take in from him and I Enterprises?
I believe it was 96,000.
Okay. And can you explain what changed between 2020 and 2021?
In 2020, we still had some of the COVID PPP money that was allowing us to keep employees and pay employees. And in 2021, most of that ran out and bills are due, and there's just not enough money coming in to continue paying me that kind of salary.
Okay. Your Honor, I don't have any further questions of this witness.
What does him and I do?
They were a pipeline construction company before Mr. Price started a competing company taking that contract. They now are a plant construction company.
Okay. Anything else you want me to know?
I think everything I needed was in my documents that I sent.
Okay, I didn't receive any documents.
Your Honor, would you like me to submit those documents to your email?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Mr. Price, did I hear you correctly say there are 5 people covered on your health insurance?
Yes, sir. Or yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Okay.
My
Ms. Patterson, pardon?
Sorry. I was going to list. I thought you wanted a list. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Ms. Patterson, do you have any health insurance available through the chamber?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Let me see if I've got those papers yet.
Your Honor, I sent those documents.
Do you mind resending them to S. Breeding
Oh, okay.
at the same address?
I've submitted those to her.
Thank
email
you.
address. You're welcome.
Shelley, you should be getting another email. All right, anything else you want me to know? Does that conclude testimony, Ms. Neal?
Yes, Your Honor, the stay rests.
All right, what are you requesting, Ms. Neal?
Your Honor, based on her salary information, I'm showing the guideline child support to be $476 per month, and then a step down to $381. And I believe the medical support, the 9% would be $250 per month, and then a step down to $125 per month.
Mr. Price, what do you think would be fair for me to do?
Whatever's fair. I mean, my problem is I'm out a lot of money on medical expenses that haven't been paid. I'm just trying to recruit some of that. I don't know what's fair, Your Honor. I just want to make sure that we're in the right lines, everything's showed and everything's proper. Does that make sense?
Ms. Patterson, what do you think would be fair for me to do?
Up until 2017, I was the primary caregiver of the children. And I was never recouped any of the bills, and often had to pay his half of the doctor bills because they weren't paid. And the doctor's office can verify that. The majority of the bills that they sent me were to take my children to a counselor that they also used through their attorney to testify in court with manipulated information. That is a hired witness. I've sent letters.
When was that court hearing?
2017.
Okay, tell me about what's happened since 2017.
They felt that gave them an opening that they had power with the judge, and they have continued to, push that. They have continued taking the children to that woman. That's, like I said, that was the majority of the bills they're trying to recoup. That was like $8,000 to this therapist that they used as a witness. She works with their attorney with all of his clients. They have taken my children, they have taken my company, and they have taken my income because they can, because they are friends with the judge. And that's why, if you can see, I don't know if you can see the previous hearing when we had the mediation, and Mr. Price said, we'll take it to Vanderpool because he knows that he can take it to Vanderpool. And he was excited to take this to Vanderpool, unaware that we would come to you.
Ms. Patterson, I'm concerned only with what's happened since the last order.
Okay, all of that has happened since the last order. I'm not sure. I apologize. I'm not sure I understand what you're asking. What would you like from me?
Okay. All right.
My income has decreased substantially due to Mr. Price's intentional attacks on my income. And for some reason, he knows he took on my income, but is still not willing to admit that in court, that the income is not there anymore because of that.
All right, based on the testimony and evidence before me then, I am ordering Ms. Patterson to pay Mr. Price child support of $468 per month, dropping then down to $374 once the oldest child emancipates. That's based on your salary at the chamber office. I'm ordering Ms. Patterson to pay Mr. Price $280 per month for health insurance, as well as half of any medical bills not covered by the insurance. I'm not going to address the medical bills. Those haven't been paid for. Mr. Price, if you want reimbursement for medicals, you have to look at your last order and request the AG's office to do a special pleading for the medical reimbursement. We'll clear it up from now on out. Everything is half and half.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to send from now on out, you'll send Ms. Patterson the bills or copies of the bills on a regular basis, and she'll have 30 days then to reimburse her half. I'm going to waive court costs.
Thank you.
Is there any other relief I have not addressed, Ms. Neal?
No, Your Honor, I believe that's it. Thank you.
All right, and I don't have a drop down on the health insurance since it's actually costing $280 per child.
Yes, Your Honor.
Either of you gets access to some other kind of health insurance, it would be beneficial to everybody, I'm sure, to get a lower costing policy in effect. So if you do find one that you want to enroll the children on, what you'll need to do that costs less is let the AG's office know, and they'll file to modify the health insurance and order somebody to pay it, as well as correct the amounts for the cost.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Neal is going to prepare that order for my signature. I'll sign off on it. There is a period of 3 business days during which anybody can request a new hearing. If you request a new hearing, you get a hearing in front of Judge Vanderpool, and he would start over and make his own decision. But if nobody does that, this order starts to become final, and you should get a copy by email or by regular mail within at least 2 weeks. And Mr. Price, you need to give Ms. Patterson a copy of the card, so if she's got the children, she can use it. If there were to be an emergency, they could not get help, and even admitted to a hospital. So get her a copy of the card, and also a copy of the policy or an idea of the policy if there are doctors that are like it's a preferred medical or something like that, so she will know who accepts this insurance. It's available through your HR. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you all. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.